The next question is specifically, it is mentioning Dr. Levy, but I would love to hear both of your thoughts on this particular question. And our querent would like to know thoughts on cases in which one side has retained a forensic psychiatrist and the other has retained a clinical psychiatrist to evaluate the claims of the plaintiff's emotional injury. They specifically want to know, what are the risks or advantages to either side, and are the experts performing the same task or opining on different issues?
Uh, shall I go first, or?
Yes, why don't you?
Okay. Another good question. The issue is going to come down to credentials and training. So the forensic evaluation is not the same as a clinical evaluation, because the clinical evaluator comes with the hat of treater on, and the not seeking what is objectively true, but seeking to understand implicitly, because that's his or her training and experience, the subjective experience of the patient. So often a treating doctor who's hired as an expert becomes simply someone who provides a repeated narration of the plaintiff's story from a sympathetic point of view. This isn't 100% of the case, but this is much more likely than someone who has been trained as a forensic psychiatrist, continues to get ongoing, continuing medical education training in our organization, the American Academy of Psychiatry and the Law, and understands the ethical and role distinctions. You don't know what the you may know, but you would need to know, what is the training, what is the experience? The experience is not, how many times have I been retained as an expert? Because that non-trained forensic psychiatrist may have been retained many times because they give sympathetic opinions, often to one side of the bar. And frequently the tell in that is a huge bias in the number of people from one side of the bar who retain them versus the other. What are your thoughts?
I'll add to that, because in a sense, I'm going to duplicate what you said, Dr. Levy. And we've worked on cases together where we've had that experience where the expert on the other side is clearly a clinician rather than a forensic expert, and presents a very one-sided element of information, essentially just repeating what the plaintiff says without evaluating it on an objective basis, not looking at depositions of other people, not looking at records in an objective manner, and simply rehashes what the plaintiff chooses to say, and then even presents psychological testing erroneously.